Hello YouTube, it's the Miyazaki man Sai here, Liverpool fan in Japan. On the 16th of September, Liverpool will be travelling down to Molineux to face Wolves in the 12:30 early kickoff. That actually works quite nicely for the Miyazaki man Sai. We're 8 hours ahead of you guys in the UK, which means it's a comfortable 10:30 for me watching live on Spo TV. From next year when the house and office is built, I'm going to be doing some live watch-alongs as well, including those exclusive 3 PM kickoffs, so make sure you subscribe and like this video. It helps me to beat the YouTube algorithm and get this video and channel seen. Thank you for all of your love and support so far. I love all the comments. I personally read and reply to them myself whenever I have time. Ozan Kabak, yes, he played centre back. Thank you for commenting all the time. Special shout out to you guys. Snowboard Kids Jam as well. You've been following me for a while. Much appreciated and much love to you. And Suya7760, your comments are always spot on. Love to read them. Thank you very much. Regular shout outs to you guys. So with Liverpool sitting comfortably in 3rd place, just behind on goal difference at the moment, I think this is a real opportunity to make a statement. Away at Wolves. Wolves are playing relatively well. Let's have a look at what they want to do. Let's also have a look at last season's fixture and what Liverpool tried to do. I think the key to this one is holding possession in order to play our possession-based game, to dominate the game and make Wolves desperate at home, get the crowd on their backs against them like we did against Newcastle with 10 men, and then the opportunities will open themselves up. And to facilitate this plan, Liverpool actually have some key personnel that's very useful for what I believe Liverpool will try and achieve. Unfortunately, the early kickoff after an international break isn't always the best suited for the particular squad players who are travelling abroad. South American players particularly. I think McAllister went to Bolivia, and that's always an absolute nightmare to travel to, get kicked the crap out of, and McAllister did get a fair few whacks. Lucho Diaz also coming from a faraway trip, and Nunez has muscular injuries as well, so let's see if they make the lineup. So you remember last time we played at Molineux against Wolves, we were dominating possession, dominating the game. Wolves were trying to hit us on the counter-attack. We played congested to try to create those openings, and unfortunately for us, it took until the final minutes when Lord Origi came off the bench. Bless you, Divock. Back in the Premier League with Nottingham Forest, let's see how he goes on. Receives the cutback from Salah, pivoted, turned and slotted it in. But this time I think it's going to be a lot more comfortable, because what will Wolves try to do? They've got quick attacking players, Pedro Neto especially, very silky, very talented. I think Wolves will play in the traditional kind of 4-4-2 setup. They'll have Hwang and Cunha trying to unsettle the defence with their movement, probably Pablo Sarabia pulling the strings, maybe floating in between the midfield and the attack, trying to make something happen in that kind of half space in that area. They're going to have a bombing fullbacks as well. Nelson Semedo, Ait Nouri. Very good on the overlap as well around the outside. Wolves will play congested, low block, try to hit us on the counter-attack as well, make life difficult. They're going to try and frustrate Liverpool, obviously. I expect Liverpool to have majority of the ball. They've lost Ruben Neves as well, and the little maestro in the midfield pulling the strings. In fact, they've lost a lot of their kind of midfield steady eddies, Dendonka, João Moutinho, and they've got more kind of solidity in Lamina as well, who can hold a position but also play box to box. But here we go, Liverpool's predicted lineup. Keeping in goal for us, no surprises, our Brazilian samba flair, sexy Cristi Monteiro from Tekken, representing the Brazilian flair. The base is nice as well. Remember her from Tekken? Similar style to Eddie Gordo, button mashing. What I'm talking about is Alisson Becker, of course, our big Brazilian in goal, keeping us safe, steady pair of hands. Edison actually plays a lot of the friendly matches, doesn't matter, gives Alisson good rest, right? Edison's good with his feet, quality goalkeeper as well, no complaints there. Alisson in goal. And then at right back, you'd nearly always pick Trent Alexander-Arnold and kind of facilitate the strategy as to what you want him to do. Do you want him to go in the wing back half space, whipping it in? Do you want to transition him inverted full back into the defensive midfield area so he can ping the ball around? Or as we saw, if we're not expecting Wolves to fully press us on, inverted centre back, put him in the middle, switching over with the right sided centre back. I made a video on how this works previously, link in the description below if you haven't seen it already. To dictate play with his long ball passing, which actually mitigates a lot of the damage that they can do by turning over the ball in midfield. Will Trent make it? He wasn't in training, but I have a sneaky suspicion he will start. So let's go Trent Alexander-Arnold in the right back slot for now. If he doesn't make it, it'll be Joe Gomez. Central defence, right hand side, Konate apparently trained this week. I think he will be fit for this match. Konate goes straight into the lineup. A legendary French weeb. Love me some Konate. Him and Trent have a really good understanding on the right hand side because he's got the pace and physical attributes to cover in that channel when Trent bombs forward. And Ibu, being jealous of the blue hair gave Trent in that thumbnail, he learned the from Endo. Powered up. And as we know, Van Dijk is still suspended, that 1 game additional ban. Therefore, the left-sided centre-half will probably be Joel Matip in all honesty. Matip and Konate, aerial dominance, aerial threat in set pieces. I expect Matip to start because if Trent does start, you're going to need Gomez off the bench to cover him if Trent can't make the full 90 minutes. Alternatively, Gomez is a good option there in case Konate can't continue. But I'd probably expect Matip and Konate as a centre-back pairing. But saying that though, it is an interesting conundrum because Gomez started in the left-sided centre-back role in the absence of Virgil van Dijk, and he was the maestro, the one that always received the ball, dictating the play, pinging the ball around, moving the ball, shifting it sideways, playing it into defensive midfielders' feet. Very interesting. Would Gomez hold that left-sided centre-back half himself, which leaves Matip on the bench? Endo can also cover in back line as well in case of an emergency. Very interesting indeed. Thinking out loud, I'm going to stick with Matip and Konate. If Konate doesn't make it, Gomez slots in there on the left side and Matip on the right side. If Trent doesn't make it, Gomez slots in on the right hand side. That would be Jarell Quansah though. And we have Robbo at left back, our lovable Scott Farry, temporary, feisty, aggressive, didn't have the best of games against England. Then again, the quality differential is a bit high there. Robbo starts at left back, you know what he's going to bring to the team. Balance and positional discipline. And here is where the beauty starts. You wanted a midfield rebuild? My goodness, even with the absence of McAllister, who's expected to be on the bench due to the long travel and getting the absolute crap kicked out of him, we have options. Thiago's coming back, Bajcetic should be fit enough, he was on the bench for the last few games. Endo, Wataru Endo starts at the base of midfield. He dominated that German midfield like there was no tomorrow. Stuck right in there, kept positional play, turned over the ball, front-footed defending, leadership, captaincy qualities. Excellence. Away fixture against Wolves? Yes, please. Endo, number 6, holding role. Alongside him, sexy Szoboszlai. Dominic Szoboszlai. Van der Kunting, another one into the net. I think it's a real possibility, you know, with the way that Wolves play. I think you'll get a few pot shots at the edge of the area. Right hand 8, Szoboszlai. Left hand 8, is it time for Gravenberch? Is it time for Gravenberch? Gravenberch, this is his base form. He could become anything he wants. No, I don't think Gravenberch starts yet. Sneaky suspicion though that he's been left behind from the under-21 squad because he didn't want to go there and he's been blasted by Ronald Koeman, and just to give that big proverbial middle finger, could Klopp start him just for the laughs, just to troll Ronald Koeman? Could do, you know. He's been tactically training all week with the team, and teammates have been commenting on his quality in training. No, I don't think Gravenberch starts. I think it'll be Curtis Jones, safe pair of feet. Basically, in an away fixture, especially against Wolves, right? A mid-table team who have fairly decent offensive and defensive capabilities, nothing outstanding. You want ball retainers, people who can recycle the ball, keep the ball in midfield to give yourself a footing in case the crowd in the stadium on occasion overwhelms you. And that is where players like Curtis Jones come to the real prominence, because Curtis Jones will always receive the ball, decent touch, hold on to it, jink one side, two-footed, can pirouette, can go down the line, can come back, put in a shift, understanding the defensive role of that midfield 8 position, and gives the side balance as well, because if he tucks in more, Szoboszlai can push more in a more progressive role. So Curtis Jones, Szoboszlai, Endo. So even without McAllister, the options look tasty, and there's still Gravenberch to come from the bench. Bajcetic can go in either 8 or 6 role. Thiago Alcantara, wow. Gakpo, emergency left-sided 8 as well, breaking the lines. Gakpo can really break the lines. Watch some highlights if you haven't already. But yeah, all of a sudden the midfield is looking very tasty, and I haven't even mentioned Harvey Elliott, who really deserves a start here and there because he's never really let you down. But can he get ahead of Szoboszlai in that right-sided 8 position? Not quite just yet. I think Elliott is first sub for Salah. Kind of spoilers there, Elliott won't be starting. But Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, Endo is my midfield 3, and that works really nicely if you want to invert into the box. Trent joining Endo at the base, Endo moving around to pivot and create space for those passing angles for Trent to penetrate the lines with the low flat balls, or covering in behind when Trent wants to burst forward and break the lines with his own progressive runs. And that leaves the up front positions, okay? So Mo Salah nailed on the right wing, we know what he does. Can't complain. Salah starts, statistics are going up there. A lot of assists this season. Let's see some goals, Mo, as well. Go, Mo, go. Left wing, I think everyone's pretty much of the consensus that Luis Diaz, international break, long travel, runs his socks off every game, is due a break. He's been in fine form at the start of the season, but it's Diogo Jota. Diogo Jota starts on the left-hand side. Jota, the Slotter, scored against Wolves, that 1-0 victory as well. I remember that very clearly. Must still have love and adulation from some of the Wolves fans. Never utilised, you know, to his maximum because they didn't have the ball really, right? So he had to do what he could do. Inconsistent in the build-up, but very intense in the pressing. Eye for goal, he's an absolute sniper as well. He's probably the best finisher at the club at the moment. Left-footed or right-footed. He rates his left foot shot. Right foot's just as good in air, aerial as well. Very good because Trent whipping the balls from the right-hand side means he can pop up in the back post, unopposed, look for the gap. Jota starts on the left, And then that leaves our central striker, and we know that Darwin Nunez has that muscular injury as well. It's very unfortunate for him. We've already placed Jota on the left, so it's not central. Now here's the player that I think is going to be the most important player for this particular system, for this particular match. It's Cody Gakpo. Physical, tall presence, powerful, strong runner. And for his age, he should be a bit greener than he is, but he's not. He's very composed, very cool, very professional. Him and Van Dijk, dynamic Dutch duo, and now we got Gravenberch, the 3 Dutch predators. Absolutely loving it. So Cody Gakpo has a very important role in stitching this all together, because when you've got Jota there, right, he's not exactly going to bring the ball like Lucho Diaz, you know, being an absolute menace on the left-hand side. Jota is very, very direct. And Salah as well is very direct from the left-hand side, probably cutting in against the Wolves. Which leaves Gakpo as that kind of false 9 dropping into that gap, the number 10 position, bringing the 2 wide players in between the lines of the centre-back and the full-back of the Wolves back line. He will be responsible for stitching the play up together, and I think when they form that diamond with Gakpo, Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones and Endo, that really gives you a foothold to build your attacks on, a prominent base to build your attacks on in an away fixture. When holding onto the ball and building that momentum and confidence is really, really good to turn the fans against their home team. And once you have that first initial goal, Gakpo being the extra body in midfield is just really annoying to break through, because naturally then you always have that 3-man shape in midfield where you're pressing in their defensive half, so it'll be Gakpo, Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones pressuring into that defensive midfield area where Wolves really like to build from, or it'll be Endo, Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones protecting our back line and pressuring anyone in the half space in the Mazzala number 10 role. So it's very, very effective, which leaves Salah and Jota up front to wreak their havoc. And what you'll notice in this season particularly, Klopp's major strength, his ultimate weapon in this Liverpool squad is tactical flexibility, because Wolves will not know exactly how to set up. They've got to account for potential 4-3-3, old school Klopp game pressing, potential 3-4-3 box, Trent pivot at the bottom of it. If they don't press high, Trent can invert into centre back, pulling the strings from the deep position with his really long range of passing. I mean, he can kick the ball super hard as well. They're not going to easily get the ball, because when you have ball retainers like Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, Endo as well, and Gakpo dropping in to form that extra diamond tip on the 4-man, allowing Salah and Jota to cut inside. That's a very potent weapon, not allowing anything through the central areas. Wolves do have width attacking good ability. Ait Nouri, Semedo can bomb it down. Hwang likes to go out wide as well. Cunha, very mobile forward as well. Sarabe can also do a bit of wing play as well, as shown in PSG in his older days in Spain. But there's no real clue as to how Liverpool exactly will set up, and also through the phases of the game and the game management as well, Klopp can shift his tactical strategy to account for any of the situations that Wolves will throw onto Liverpool. And what Liverpool like to do in this particular team is a very possession based game until Wolves have an opening, or until you want to force the issue with a trigger point, a ball passed back from the 6, 1-2 with the centre back picks it up and off it goes. And it's very hard to stop the full pelt sprint of Salah, Jota, Gakpo, anyone, when they know at that trigger point, burst on a run, the ball is coming. So with that in mind, I expect Liverpool to dominate the possession. I'm thinking close to 60% possession, which is fantastic in an away fixture, and a score line of 2-0. And if I had to name the scorers, I'm going with Gakpo and Jota, 1 each. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, my predictions for Liverpool lineup versus Wolverhampton Wanderers tomorrow, 12:30 kickoff. I'm pretty positive we'll come away with a win. Good form. Let's rise to the top of the table, challenge Man City all the way. You'll never walk alone, Reds. If you like this video, please give it a like. It really helps the video get seen. Beat the algorithm. The algorithm is nasty stuff. Really appreciate it if you like my stuff. Subscribe if you haven't already. Comment below what you think the lineup will be as well. Trent Alexander-Arnold, not in many people's predicted lineups, but I have a sneaky suspicion he'll make it. He was at the training ground, not necessarily training with the rest of the group, but in an away fixture, his range of passing, his creativity really gives us an extra option, even if not as a starter, maybe on the bench. If he doesn't start, it will be Gomez at right back, Matip and Konate in the middle. But guys, in lieu of doing a live watch along, I'm actually going to be chatting in the football forum in my Discord in the link below. Join us for a quick casual chat. We chat about everything: Weeby, hobby, Japan, food, whatnot, Liverpool, all good. Arigatou gozaimasu, Miyazaki man, Ichiban. Peace.